Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I will be showing you how to make an Awolowo cap, a very good one in that matter. So many people have been dropping so many questions on how to make this cap, and a very good one. So today I have no choice than to bring this tutorial. So welcome once again to Audience Fountains Fashion. I'm your guy fashion instructor Audience Shalom. I will be very brief and very detailed in this tutorial, and make sure you watch this tutorial without skipping any part of it, because if you do, you may miss a lot. So if you know you are new to this channel and you have not subscribed, please subscribe and turn on your notification so that will get you notified each time I upload a new video. And make sure you don't fail to smash the like button as well. So this is the material I'll be using. So most people call it gele, and I don't know how you call it in your own side, but it's often used by women to make all their headscarves and all that. So this material as it is not that much compared to the measurement I have here, but I'll be economizing it. That's the round of the cap 22, and the height 11.5. 11 will be cool, even 10.5 will be cool, depending on how the client you have want it to look like. So I will be going in by 5 inches like this. Have you seen? From that point there, and I will mark, use my ruler to draw a straight line there. So when I'm done, I will impute 13.5 from that point, 13.5, and I will mark as well. I'll do the same thing to this side, mark from that beginning 13.5 like that, and I'll connect those 2 points. When I connect those points, I'll mark the same thing at the other side again. Look at what I will have there. That is 12.5. So if you minus the 2 sewing allowance, you have 11.5, possibly 11, because the material is always very difficult to handle. So 13.5, I will transfer the same thing to this other side again and mark 13.5 here, and all through like that. So since I'll be short of fabric, I'll be joining when I'm done coupling this one, joining all these pieces. Then I have the pieces I will use for the top of the cap. So you are going to mark like that, 13.5 all through like that, and I'll be cutting it out. So look at how it will be placed when I'll be sewing it like that. So if you measure it now, you have the measurement you are supposed to have, the height of the cap. So that is that. So I will arrange it like that. When I'm done arranging it and I sew it, then before I will determine the round of the cap. So the 4 pieces are the things I'm supposed to be using, but there will be more than the round of the cap. So I'll be cutting part of it, the leftover, to complete the top of the cap, because I don't have much fabric. I'll be joining it just this way like this. Have you seen? So without further delay, I am going to be jumping down to the machine, because this is the sample of what I'm showing you. So make sure you watch carefully, because this is where the work begins. I'll be joining it that way. Have you seen? Just watch so that you'll not be confused. Putting it like this. I marked, if you check there's a chalk I marked so that I'll be able to identify the wrong side and the right side. However, the cloth doesn't have, or the material doesn't have any wrong side. I'll join it all like that for the 4 pieces. And after I'm done joining it, I'll be top stitching it. So that is that. Have you seen the 4 pieces? Look at the measurement. I have more than even 26 or so. Have you seen? So I'll top stitch it first. You can decide to top stitch it by 1/4 of an inch or smaller than that. So I'm using 1/4 of an inch for the top stitch. So I'll be cutting out the SS there. Now I will calculate my measurement is 22 I'm using, so I added extra 2 inches allowance because this fabric can do anyhow sometimes. So I'll be cutting it out. I will use that one to complete my top, just like I said. So I already gum a cloth gum that is up to 3 inches or 3¼ depending on how high you want it to be in a lining. I didn't have exactly purple line, dark purple lining, so I had to use this one, but it will not show because this thing is really transparent. If you gum this thing directly to that material, it will show, the white gum will show. So I had to gum it like that, and after gumming, I will be placing the right side of the lining to the wrong side of that my material like that, and I will sew it like that. Then after that, I will top stitch it to have the beauty. Top stitch it like that. Remember, the right side of the lining is at the wrong side of the material. So in sewing it, I left up to ½ inches up this lining point here. Have you seen the two sides? Look at the beauty of the threading. Have you seen? So that is that. I left ½ inches here and I left ½ inches this other side. So look at how I'll be joining it. Look at that, is where the tactics come. Because I don't want to join it straight. This is the best way to join this type of sewing. I'll be joining it that way, like this, by that 1 inches. So have you seen? You have to use your tape to confirm so that the cap will not be smaller than that. So I'll be joining it like this. I don't want the cap to in any way have a straight line. All the lines should be slanted, just like other lines are slanted. Just look at how it looks like. Have you seen? That's exactly what I have there. So I'll reduce it because the space there is too much. I'll be top stitching it. No need for the excess material. So I'll top stitch it just like I have done to this other side. So that is that. Have you seen? Look at. Now I'll confirm my measurement. That is 11, that is 22 inches. Have you seen? So it means the measurement was correct. Then what I have to do now is to bring my lining and sew it the same length, the same width, but in this lining I'll be adding extra 1/4 inch. That is to make it ½ inch in total, so that the lining should be excess because it's light and can easily fold a little than the strong fabric, strong material. So I'll sew it 1/4 away from the gum, the cloth gum, so that when I'll be bending the lining inside, the lining will go inside very well and it will not show outside. So I will join it 1/4 out from the cloth gum there. I'll sew it round like that. So now I will turn the lining. When I turn it now, that's where I will be sewing my thread. Where I skipped that ½ inches, I skipped outside there. So I'll pull the lining to be inside and I'll give it a stitch of a 1/4 to hold the lining. Now I'll be doing that in 2 places to complete that space I left there. I didn't sew the thread to stitch it at the first time. So have you seen it? The lining is pulled inside and I'll top stitch it to cover that space again to make it 2 lines on the lining. So that is that. Have you seen? Now I will be pulling in the fabric exactly where that gum is. Have you seen? I'll hold it like that. I'll pull this thing inside or completely to follow that gum where that gum ended. I'll pull it in and sew it round. You can decide to sew it by ½ inches or 1/4 inch. So I'll be sewing it with 1/4 of an inch all around like that. You arrange it to make sure the thing really ends exactly where that gum is. So I'll sew it all around. So look at how it looks like. Have you seen? So I'll bring out my cap. Have you seen the beauty there? So before now, I'll be pulling out my lining to the other side again. That's why you have to have excess lining, so that instead of running short of lining, it will be excess, so that you cut it out. It will give you good work. I'll be going to the table now to give it a nice press. When I'm done pressing it, I'll be cutting out the excess lining there like that. So have you seen? So I will sew the lining to the material like that, so that it will not move when I'll be attaching the top. So, and now what I will do is just to make sure I join the pieces for the top of the cap. So I didn't have enough material, just like I've said. The little ones I have are the things I'll be using to make up the cap, the top. So I'll top stitch it before joining the other one I cut from that excess, just like I said earlier. Have you seen? So I'll join it. After joining them like this and top stitching them, I will be bringing my lining and placing it like this. Then I will sew it round. So I'll be top stitching it zigzagly round this thing. That's the fancy of the top. In case of any question, drop it down below the comment section. I'm always ready to answer all the questions, and for further videos, check my playlist. We have so many multiple videos there. So after that, I'll be cutting out the excess of the lining, and so that I will place my cap. So I'm done cutting it. That's how it look like. Look at that, my threading. I'll show you. Look at it. So I'll place my cap now, and make sure I keep it very round, and one place like the back and the front, it won't be too spherical like that. So I'll place it and use my chalk to mark it round, just like I'll be doing there. I'll mark it round. You make sure the thing doesn't shift. You just guide it with your hand, so that where you have marked the chalk will not shift. Please like and share this tutorial. Like and share if you find it helpful, and I'll be grateful. So I'll be cutting 1/2 inches away from the chalk I marked for the sewing allowance. Cut it round. Now when I am done cutting it, I'll fold it into 2 like this, and I'll give it a notch, 4 notches, a notch over here. Then I'll bend to this other side like this. You see? Now I will notch this other side again, just like that. I'll do the same thing to this other side. So why I'm doing so is because I'll be pinning it all with an office pin, so that it will not be difficult for me to stitch it. So I'll do the same thing to the bodies of the cap. Make sure these other 2 points you marked, you notch are the same. So I will turn the cap to the wrong side. So I will be using my office pin now to pin it like this. Pinning those 4 points. So they are pinned now. Anyhow you want to place it to sew, that one is now your own will how to do it. So I'll be placing it to sew it round by 1/2 inch all round, and I'll make sure I guide it very well. That's what you have to do, so that in no place should there be any puff or any excesses, whether from the top or the bodies of the cap. So I'll sew it round by 1/2 inch. Make sure you pull everything out. Nothing should be inside or should be pleated inside. So have you seen how it is? Have you seen? So the next thing I'll be doing is just to go to my weaving machine, and I will weave around that rough edge. I'll weave it around like that. So just watch carefully. Have you seen? Look at how it is. It's already been weaved. Have you seen? So the next thing, I'll be turning it to the right side, just like this. Turn it all around. So that is how it will look like. So just watch as I go to the ironing table and give it a nice press. So I'll go to the iron and give it a very nice press. So from the inside, I'll press it all around. It has its own way of pressing to make it really lie well. So you give it a nice press. Give this video a thumbs up if you find it helpful, and if you are there watching without encouraging me by subscribing, you are not doing well. So if you are a new viewer and you haven't subscribed, just make sure you subscribe, and that is the only way you can be able to encourage me to keep on updating more things. That's the finished work of this cap. Have you seen? And make sure if you want new or more important tutorial, turn on your notification button so that each time we upload a new video, you'll be one of the first person to be notified. So that's the finished work. That's the final look of that cap. So have you seen? It's really cool. So thank you for watching. Have a nice time. We upload tutorials that concern all fashion work. Just stay tuned and always drop your question down below the comment section.